set your sight for the lake for the main event of the Mayor's Cup. And if you're looking for a complete schedule of events, you can go to our station website, WPTZ.com. Local farmers' corn supply is cut even shorter thanks to ethanol plants in the region. Along Route 3 and near the interstate over here, and it caused a big backup in traffic. And with her seat empty, so opens the gate for local politicians vying for her seat. Cities like Queensbury boast much different prices compared to cities farther north and west. And here on the other side of the bridge will be a new turning lane for Prospect Avenue, all told a year-long project. They have seconds before they might reach another pile of ice in which they could get sucked under. Gus, Stephanie, those numbers could mean dollar signs for an area hotel, one that's turning bear market averages to sale prices for patrons wanting to stay the night. The sun has brought more fun for the kids and more business for game owners. Some say today's good weather has helped them nearly triple their sales.
I was going over the bridge and I seen the fire in the backside of the house, and I pulled over. I said, there's somebody in there.
And there was smoke coming on the sides. Then the guy who saved our life came knocking on the window.
Just got him out. I'm glad everybody's all right, though.
Gerald Clausen got Connor and his two brothers out of the house just in time. The boys had been watching TV on the first floor, says Connor, when the fire started in the back of the house and rose to the roof. Mark Keroy, their father, was at home at the time, but didn't realize the house was on fire either.
Well, thank God everybody got out safe, and thank God for the guy that knocked on my door.
Half a dozen fire crews responded, but their efforts to knock down the flames were slowed by 45-mile-per-hour winds. In Morrisonville, I'm Erin Vannella for News Channel 5.
Whoever's running that control.
5 emergency crews from New York and Vermont execute different rescue techniques during day 4 of International Rope School, in a place where this made-up scenario has been a reality.
A lot of sightseeing in this area. Potential of somebody slipping off the slope down into the river. We could send our people across, drop down, hook that person to us and bring them out.
It takes at least 8 people half an hour to set up the network of ropes. They're knotted at both sides of the river to control lateral and vertical movements. To practice, trainees send each other out, down, and back. And before long, they convinced me to work into the mix. There I am pointing out the control line, the only rope connecting me to shore. Despite my being connected to only one rope, I am wearing a lot of safety gear here. I'm wearing a helmet, a life vest that has a whistle, and also this harness. And this harness is what's connected to the control line and has a D-ring on it so that if I am rescuing someone, I can connect them to me. But in practice, just before hitting the water, I gave the okay, and those on shore pulled me up.
These ropes are rated up into the 10 and 11,000 pound limit. Very capable of picking up and pulling both the rescuer and the victim to safety.
In Wilmington, New York, Erin Vannella, News Channel 5.
I have lots of money in my piggy bank, and I'm saving it so I can buy books and toys for my 2 cats.
Michael Blower is saving his pennies, a sensible practice he and his classmates learned at school.
They're in kindergarten, so now they're getting money for their birthday, money for a holiday, a special occasion. So it's just, again, to think about what to do with their money.
UFirst Federal Credit Union Marketing Director Jody Carpenter shares the grant-funded Cash Kit and Caboodle program with nearly 100 Peru kindergarten students. The objective? Use learning tools like this activity book and piggy bank to encourage saving. Why do you think that it's important to save money?
Because you have to buy food and water. So I can save it, so I can get a new trampoline.
The program is in its 2nd year at Peru Primary, and the school principal says it's inspired students to not just save their money, but to share it with the community.
For the month of April, May, and we're ending up in the week, we've been bringing pennies for pets for the Adirondack Humane Society.
But charity only runs so deep, at least for Daniel Nissoff, who's proudly saved $77. What are you going to do with that money?
I don't know yet. I guess I'll put it for a rental.
Those kids certainly had me laughing. Peru School Federal Credit Union co-hosted the presentation. Both credit unions have plans to share the program with other local elementary schools again in the fall. I'm Erin Vannella for News Channel 5 Nightcast. With his bed and breakfast now up for sale, Stephen Blendowski has a lot of time to think about the days he spent in the air.
The only thing I do remember is the fun and the good times we all used to have together. I miss my coworkers a lot. You know, we had a lot of fun. It was a fun job. It was a good job.
He used to be an American Airlines flight attendant and was often a crew member aboard Flight 11, a direct route from Boston to Los Angeles. But he was off 7 years ago today, the morning it crashed into the World Trade Center.
And I woke up in the morning, my phone was ringing. I don't remember who it was, a family member or a friend. They just said, do you fly Flight 11? And I said, yeah. And they said, watch the news.
That's when Stephen says he learned his 4 friends, including pilot John Ogonowski, died.
I mean, even still, when I see other flight attendants who flew Flight 11, it's a touching moment because you all shared a connection.
Since retiring from the airline, Stephen says he's exchanged only a few emails and phone calls with other co-workers. But he's still reminded each time he's an airline passenger how the events of that day changed everything.
Take off your shoes, take off your belt, pull out your electronics and everything. And it's like, that was the worst part, getting used to that. You know, it's like, gee, thanks, Al-Qaeda. We really appreciate this.
Time does heal, Stephen says, and he's happy to have made many new friends in the years that have passed.
I'm pretty happy where I am right now in my life. I mean, I love that job. I love the airline job. It was a great job to have. We had a lot of fun, met a lot of great people, and have zero regrets.
In Loon Lake, New York, Erin, Vannella, News Channel 5.